Hey everybody, Bungzy here with another ultralight review on ultralight backpacking. All the way back in 2018, I published a review for you on Montbell's down pants. I'll throw a link up above in case you're curious. I do suggest watching it because I make the case for carrying down pants instead of long underwear bottoms. Here's my recap in a nutshell though. A quality pair of ultralight down pants will come in at only 1 to 2 ounce weight penalty over long underwear bottoms, but they are so much more functional. They will keep you substantially warmer at night, which will allow you to sleep better and hike happier. They also therefore stretch the temperature rating of your sleeping system, which means you don't have to waste money or weight carrying a heavier sleeping bag or quilt. They're also great at camp or as town pants. They're much warmer, I can't overstate this, and less pervy looking than walking around in long underwear. Now, let's talk about Montbell's new down pants and what has changed. They basically went back to their roots and stripped down their last model. And man, are these great. Let's talk specifics. Montbell now calls this model their light down pants. By the way, I have a product link for you in my video description down below to these pants in case you want to take a closer look. First off, let's start with the overall weight. These new pants have a listed weight of 7.1 ounces. On my scale though, they actually come in at 6.7 ounces for a size medium. That is ridiculously light. As a point of reference, the prior model had a listed weight of 8.4 ounces, and the model prior to that, which is what I used for years, weighed 7.4 ounces. So as you can see, they really were able to shave significant weight off of their last model. And again, let's quickly compare them to long underwear bottoms on weight. A pair of Patagonia Expedition weight Capilene long underwear bottoms, which are definitely on the lighter side, weigh 5.32 ounces in a size medium. So Montbell's down pants weigh only 1.38 ounces more than warm long underwear bottoms, if that. You can't really talk about down garment weight though without talking about the weight of the fill. After all, sacrificing warmth in the name of going lighter kind of defeats the purpose. So let's look at the fill weight numbers for these pants. The new model has 3 ounces of fill. That's a lot. To put this in context, the prior model of Montbell down pants had 1.9 ounces of fill. Down is obviously super light, so an extra ounce plus of down is quite a pile of feathers. I was toasty warm in my prior pair, milling around in camp before bed into the low 30s. With this added amount of down, you can now stay warm in camp well below freezing. To accomplish this witchcraft, Montbell obviously had to engineer these pants. To state the obvious, going lighter and warmer is not an easy task. First off, they slimmed down the cut. This is great. It not only drops unnecessary fabric and weight in doing so, but allows the pants to trap heat and warm you up more efficiently. And at the risk of sounding vain, they look better. It's a slimmer cut, the kind that kids would appreciate. It's not your dad jean cut. No offense to dads, I'm one of you. They also got rid of the 2 hand pockets. You really don't need pockets in your down pants. You won't miss them. They also dropped the button waist and zipper. Also good moves. The elastic waist and drawstring work just fine. They also simplified the ankle cuffs, replacing the elastic drawstring system, with a more simple elastic gathered cuff. Less material and no fussing. And lastly, they're using a lighter 10 denier windproof fabric. You really shouldn't be wearing down pants for anything other than sleeping and milling around camp, so I really wouldn't worry about durability. These will last forever if you take care of them. Plus, they can be repaired easily in the field. And it's also worth noting that they did all of this without abandoning their, in my opinion, market-leading quilting, which keeps the down perfectly distributed, so no cold spots. As I touched on in my previous video on the subject, can you find lighter down pants than these? Yes, there are 1 or 2 cottage companies that make them by hand, coming in at about an ounce lighter, but there are some significant trade-offs. Their material tends to shed feathers quite a bit, actually. Not Montbell. They also don't have the same quality assembly and quilting as Montbell does, which results in cold spots as the down falls and shifts all over the place. The cuts also aren't as flattering, leaving you with that, yeah, I made my own pants look. Sizing is also a crapshoot with the made to order cottage guys, as everything is made to order. You would think this was a good thing, but I find that a lot of the fit and measurements are lost in translation along the way. What you think's going to fit isn't different from isn't the same as how they cut it. And lastly, ordering. With Montbell, you'll likely have your pants the same week you ordered them. They get stuff out quickly. And they don't fit, return them. With cottage guys, it takes several weeks to make, and returning is not an option. As you can tell, I don't recommend going down the custom cottage path in the case of down pants, unless you're up for the adventure, buyer beware. So ditch your long underwear bottoms and pick up a pair of these. Are they cheap at $209? Nope. Down is not cheap, but they are well worth it if you have the change. They will last forever if you take care of them, and you will end up saving money over having to buy a warmer sleeping bag or quilt. Again, I have a link to their product page in the video description down below should you want to take a closer look. Well, that's all the time I need, and I hope I gave you something to think about. As always, please help me grow the show by hitting the like button and clicking on the Bungzy logo floating on the screen to subscribe if you haven't already. It helps me a ton. Thanks, and I'll catch you on my next ultralight review on ultralight backpacking.